This circuit's so difficult to learn, to master.
It's the ultimate test for any real-life or sim racing driver, and it really sorts the bend from the boys here.
And if it does go wrong, it goes wrong in quite a big way.
Trebor, with extra strong and soft mints, have been busy empowering us all to confidently call out those moments where we've thought, give me strength throughout 2020 and keep things real. And it has sure been a year for that. So they've called on myself, Nick Hamilton and Ben Daly to do the same and take a uniquely honest look back at the V10 R-League Season 1. We are all talking all of the risky moves, driver dramas, teammate collisions and tight penalty calls, and the moments where those drivers on the receiving end had the confidence and strength to record some stellar comebacks. Topic 2. Pushing the limits, OK, that's what we're talking about right now. In sim racing, what can you get away with? That's what I want to know. So, Ben, I'm going to come over to you first and cast our mind back to round 3 of the V10 R-League. We went to the Nordschleife, and usually that's a circuit where I think sim racers and real-world drivers would go, give me strength when they look at this track, because it is something else. They call it the green hell for a reason, don't they? What is it like, Ben, as a sim racer, to drive around that circuit?
It's overwhelming to start off with. I think it takes such a long time just to learn the circuit. Then you've got to start being competitive around here. It's the ultimate test for any real-life or sim racing driver, and it really sorts the bend from the boys here.
Yeah, Nick, how much confidence and strength as a driver does it take to actually race that circuit?
Yeah, I mean, you need to know your equipment, your car, like the back of your hand. This circuit's so difficult to learn, to master. I don't think anybody in the world has mastered the Nordschleife. When I learnt it, obviously every circuit is separated into 3 sectors, 3 mini sectors, whereas at the Nordschleife, each sector's pretty much like the size of a normal circuit. And if it does go wrong, it goes wrong in quite a big way.
Yeah, and a couple of drivers, they were maybe a little bit too confident at this circuit, weren't they? That's Graham Carroll and Michael Schmidl. Check this out.
Yeah, it was a crazy moment. You can see Graham Carroll following really close to the rear bumper of the other driver, and they just got that little bit too close, unsettled both of them, and they both ended up in the barriers.
Yeah, Nick, what did you make of that?
Pretty scary, to be fair. You know, if this was real life, that could be a potential casualty.
And another driver who I guess we said had such great quality was Kevin Siggy, and he had a similar moment where he just got a little bit too confident at the Nordschleife.
Yeah, so as you can see on your screen here, this is Lucas Blakely ranging up onto the back of Kevin Siggy in the BMW. There is a tiny overlap, and then Kevin Siggy kind of closes the door, maybe not realising he's there, and by the time he's realised he's there, he's helicoptering through the trees, giving them a bit of a trim. So that was basically his race over.
If you were in that situation, sitting in your gamer room, would you be a rage quitter there? How would you react?
I'd never rage quit, especially in a competition kind of standpoint. Never give up. This is the green hell after all. He could crash himself and do the same thing.
Ben mentioned that he might not have seen Lucas Blakely. I believe he did, you know, because you're always looking at the car behind you at certain areas of the circuit, you know, and you know when they're close to you. You're always going to have a little bit of a look. And it did look like he closed the door. So Kevin will be sort of really upset that he made that mistake, because it actually cost him the race lead and a potential race victory.
So maybe his team would be going, give me strength.
Give us strength.
Give us strength. Yes, potentially, boys.
Certainly, yeah.
And what we just saw there, too reckless, are you going to say, or is that exactly what we should be seeing in sim racing? Because they can get away with it.
No, we shouldn't be seeing that. We want to see these guys race. So I think it was a bit careless on both incidents. A bit more care should have been shown, and they would have been able to get through cleanly.
Nick, what's your thought on that?
Yeah, I agree. Sim racing gives those drivers the ability to not really have to think that much, because if it goes wrong, there isn't any injuries at stake or their lives at stake, let's say. But it'd be interesting to see, you know, if those drivers were in that real life situation, would they give each other a bit more respect, a bit more racing room? And the answer is definitely yes, especially at 280 miles an hour or whatever speed they were going. It's super fast, especially around the Nordschleife.
It does cause drama, though, and we know you guys love to commentate on that drama, so we kind of like it. Anyway, some absurd on-track action there, the type of which you can only see in the V10 R-League, where we ask our drivers to have the confidence to push for those gaps. Next time, we'll look at some of the best race rage moments from Season 1, where one of our drivers in particular made it quite clear that he had the confidence to shout, "Give me strength!" at his rivals and followed up with some dialed-in times on the track. Over on our social channels, we are asking you to let us know your Give Me Strength moments from your own online racing and be in with a chance to win an awesome G923 racing wheel courtesy of Trebor Mints. Head over there now and be sure to check in with us next time.